দর্শক, মালদ্বীপের সংসদে বক্তব্য রাখছেন মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা। আমরা সরাসরি চলে যাচ্ছি সেখানে।
To address you, the distinguished members of the Majlis at this home of politics and policies, which is the heart of democracy of this beautiful country. As a person who has been involved in politics all her life, I am delighted to be here at the Parliament of fraternal country with whom we share historical linkage, multiple commonalities, similar challenges, and a shared vision of prosperity. Honorable parliamentarians, as you can identify with my feelings, stepping into the journey of politics is a difficult choice for many, as the path is full of sacrifices, both professional and personal, uncertainties and turmoil. Still, the rewards are many, particularly the opportunity to serve the people. You should acknowledge that is the greatest gift of politics. We devote our lives to the welfare of our people. Let me pay my homage to your forefathers and my Maldivian contemporaries for your genuine contribution to this beautiful country's democratic and developmental journey. Excellencies, distinguished audience, ladies and gentlemen. This beautiful structure also reminds me of our journey as an independent state. This year was particularly significant for Bangladesh, as we celebrated the birth centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and the golden jubilee of independence of Bangladesh. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib was the prime architect of Bangladesh's struggle for emancipation from all kinds of exploitation, injustice, and inequality, and his birth centenary is an auspicious occasion for all Bangladeshis. I take the opportunity to pay my homage to our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who selflessly devoted his whole life for the cause of democracy, who selflessly devoted his whole life and also he suffered a lot. He wanted to establish a society free from hunger, poverty, deprivation, and injustice. On this month of victory, I also pay my tribute to the valiant freedom fighters, 3 million martyrs, 200,000 abused mothers and sisters for their supreme sacrifices during our War of Liberation in 1971. We were honored to welcome His Excellency President Soli during the opening celebration of the birth centenary of the Father of the Nation and the Golden Jubilee of Independence in March 2021. I thanks to the Honorable President for his gracious presence at our capital. Our path to independence and emancipation has not been easy one. Our father of the nation struggled all his life to bring happiness to the people of Bengal. He spent about 13 years out of 24 years from 1947 to 1971 in jail with occasional intervals. As a children, we always missed our father. He was a great leader of our language movement, put forward the 6-point demands as a blueprint for economic emancipation of the people of then East Pakistan in 1966, suffered a falsely brought sedition case against him known as Ekattor conspiracy case and was released from jail following mass protest known as the Mass Upsurge movement in 1969 and led the Awami League to a landslide victory in election held in 1970. When Pakistani military government refused to hand over power to the elected representatives, my father called non-cooperation movement, and on the 7th March 1971, he addressed a huge gathering and he gave a clarion call to the people to rise up and begin the struggle for independence. On 25th March, Pakistani military junta started genocide, started killing our people, killing, arsenal, looting, all these things. On 26th March, my father declared the liberation. Our people, inspired by his leadership, millions of Bengali from all walks of life joined the freedom struggle until we gained the ultimate victory on the 16th of December 1971. Because when he declared the independence, immediately he was arrested and he was taken to jail. He was actually taken to Pakistan and they put him, West Pakistan, in a jail. And he was sentenced to death. But within this time, when we achieved our victory, then there was tremendous pressure from international community. So Pakistani government, that time the military dictator was gone, the new government came to power and they released my father on 8th January 1972. On 10th January, he returned home. After coming back to a war-ravaged country, father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, took responsibility for his people after returning home on 10th January 1972. He started reconstructing and rebuilding the war-ravaged country and rolled on the wheels of its economy. He had sincerely taken care of the periphery peoples. He also achieved robust growth in the agriculture, health, education, and industry sectors. He had transformed a newborn country from rebels into a least developed country status within 3.5 years. Unfortunately, father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, was brutally murdered. He was assassinated on 15th August 1975, along with my family members. My mother, my 3 brothers, all of them are younger than me. My mother's name was Fazilatun Nisa. My brother, Captain Sheikh Kamal, he was a freedom fighter. My second brother, Lieutenant Sheikh Jamal, he was a freedom fighter. And my younger brother, only 10 years old. And Kamal and Jamal, my 2 brothers' wives, my sister-in-laws, Sultana and Parveen, all of them are assassinated at a time. And my uncle, Sheikh Nasir, he was also a freedom fighter. He was also killed. And that way, they attacked 3 houses and killed many of our relatives. My father's 2 sisters' house was attacked, and the member of those houses been killed. Almost altogether, 18 members killed on that day, including the military secretary of my father and also the police officer on duty. My younger sister and myself, we were abroad that time. My husband was a nuclear scientist. He was working in Karlsruhe, Germany. That time we just went there for a short visit, but within 15 days, both the sister, we lost all our family members. And not only that, the military dictator took over power, didn't allow us to return our home. Even they denied to renew my sister's passport. We spent 6 years in abroad as a refugee. After 6 years, my party, Bangladesh Awami League, in my absentia, elected me as the president of the party. From my school life, I was very much involved in politics. I was the elected vice president of my college. But we were working for people. But I never thought that I will take such a big responsibility. But I thought that I should come back. But you will be surprised to know that the killers, they have not been punished. Rather, the indemnity ordinance was passed by the martial ordinance, and I had no right, not only me, all of other families, those who lost their nearest, dearest one on 15th August, we had no right to file any case or ask for justice. And the anti-liberation force and the killers of my parents, actually they were in power. But under that circumstances, I decided to return home. I knew that anything may happen to me, but I thought that the way my father wanted to build up the Bangladesh, it was not going in the right path, so I should do something for our people. That's why I took the risk. I returned home. But I suffered imprisonment several times, multiple assassination attempts on me, and much hardship. But well, I think it is Allah Rabbul Alamin saved me every time. So I'm trying my best to help my people. However, it is my greatest satisfaction that today Bangladesh has won acclaim for establishing democracy and pluralism. Because since 1975, there are 19 times there were a military coup. Many people been killed. That was the situation. People had no right. After 21 years, I formed government. For the first time, our people realized that government can serve people, government can work for people, and government is people's government. So now, Bangladesh is, our democracy has been established, and democracy and pluralism we have established. Following our independence, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib laid down the foundation of the path to the socio-economic freedom of our country. Following his footsteps and inspired by this economic and political philosophy, I am happy to share that Bangladesh has achieved remarkable progress in the last because of this COVID, it has gone down. During the last decade, Bangladesh has also made remarkable progress in socio-economic indicators, including women empowerment, maternal and child health, life expectancy, population growth rate, sanitation, drinking water, primary education, and literacy. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, in continuation of our development journey, we have to transform Bangladesh into a middle-income country by 2021. So we have met all the SDG targets by 2031, turned into a knowledge-based developed country by 2041, and a prosperous and resilient Delta by 2100. As you may be aware that on 24th November 2021, the UN General Assembly unanimously adopted the resolution on graduation of Bangladesh from the LDC category. Bangladesh is now a US $411 billion economy, and it's ranked among the 34 largest economies of the world. However, development brings its own challenges. To cope with the situation that we will face after the withdrawal of the benefits we used to enjoy as the LDC, our focus will be on diversifying the economy and exploring new markets. We are also striving to transform into a technology-driven society and innovation-led growth with a vision of digital Bangladesh. We believe no country in the world can prosper in isolation. The pandemic COVID-19 taught us that we are interdependent and have to share our experiences for the sake of a better, secure, and prosperous world. We reiterate our principled position of collaboration with our fraternal neighbors in South Asia, as had been enunciated by our father of the nation. We are particularly encouraged to witness your development journey, your successful transition from LDC to a middle-income country, and we hope Bangladesh and Maldives would tap the complementarities. I also hope that our warm and friendly relations will further be consolidated. Bangladesh is thriving with possibilities and potentials. I call upon both the government and private sector of the Maldives to be our partner in the development journey in the next 50 years for mutual benefit. Distinguished members of parliament and audience, 2021 is a landmark year for Bangladesh-Maldives bilateral relations with the exchange of high-level visits, fruitful bilateral discussions among relevant authorities, and goodwill exchange of collaboration on many areas of bilateral interest. We firmly believe we would further consolidate our bilateral relations through further expansion of trade, investment, connectivity, tourism, and people-to-people contacts. I would like to conclude with the hope that our next 50-year journey will be even more fruitful and bringing meaningful changes to the lives of our people. I wish prosperity and happiness for the people of Maldives and its pioneering leaders. I thank you for offering me this honor to be here before you. Long live Bangladesh-Maldives friendships. Long live Bangladesh-Maldives friendship. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, may Bangladesh live forever. Thank you very much for hearing me. Thank you.